What's up? Back again, Mr. Totem, and thanks for coming back to my channel. Today, it's another one of my old school video reviews, but for May the 4th, as the May the Force be with you, I'm going to review my old Sith letter piece. So, I have probably a strange relationship with Star Wars, probably like how you guys got. I love Star Wars, but the old Star Wars, you know. I'm almost 50 years old, and I see it a lot different than a lot of the young guys. Maybe some of the older stuff just spoke to me more because I was younger. A lot of people now with the the new trilogies and stuff like that, I can't get with it. I'm more like the traditionalist, I guess you could say. And plus, I didn't ever really have any, any hope for that same magic, because I got everything I needed back when I was young. So this this piece was essentially like it's just really my childhood, honestly, man. Like, you know, it's one of those pieces where your favorite characters of the movie were the ones who really illustrated well for you. And for me, it actually was the bad guys. It's all the bad guys, man. I don't know what it was, man. When I was young, there was something about the way that the stormtroopers looked, and also too, something about. Matter of fact, every one of the troopers of some form, whether it be the speeder driver or, you know, the snow tank guys or the snow troopers or whatever, or you name it. It could be even the guy that shoots the giant laser of the Death Star. Something about how like their helmets looked is just so raw to me. I don't know if you did you feel like that? It sure felt like that to me. But let alone Darth Vader. So, for me, you know, this piece was like, let me do a love letter to my love of the baddies of Star Wars. And, you know, I can't say that the newer movies baddies are bad or anything like that, as in, you know, like, I don't like them and anything like that. I think they're fine. They just didn't, I don't know, like, the older ones kind of look like, almost like retro future looking, you know, I guess you could say it like that, right? Where, like, the design looks futuristic, but it also looks arcane. It looks old. It looks, odd, I guess you could say. Like, that's the best, like, it was such a design styles. It was a design approach to those helmets that were just really strange. Now, they were crappy. I mean, like, those stormtroopers couldn't shoot nothing. And, you know, they almost were, like, comical, like, in the, in the whole thing. I'm sure some of y'all feel the same way as I do as that one. But I do really, really enjoy and have fond memories of those bad guys. So I did a piece back, what is this, 2012 or something like that? I did a piece back then where the helmets essentially spell out my name, other than the Emperor. But so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and check out the Sith piece. So let's check it out.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker.
All right.
You are not a Jedi yet.
Yeah, here I am. So the music that I had chose at this time was almost like a dub trap, excuse me, dubstep version of some kind of like, you know, Star Wars inspired music. I don't know where I found it. I found it online somewhere. I thought it was pretty raw. So here I am working on Darth. Darth was my O. His mouth is like a triangle, right? And that triangular shape, you know, which is his, you know, one of his really standout pieces. I felt like that triangle was a good looking O. So I kind of made his mouth really big, so it's like boom, you can see the O in that. It's not the eyes and stuff like that. It's the mouth, the triangular part of the mouth, and making that kind of like cell shaded, hyper contrasted highlights on his helmet. That was part of the fun of that one right there, you know. I drew this in my book. I think this was 2012 or something like that. Here I am working on the Stormtrooper E. All right, so it's like a E with the Stormtrooper's head sideways like this, and I thought that was a pretty fun aspect of when you draw an E. It kind of like looks a little bit like a face, and then the way that the Stormtrooper looks with the little like angry mouth like that, I thought, oh, that'd be dope. Okay, there we go with the lightsaber. Now, here's where I'm doing the first T. This is the speeder driver. And the speeder driver, the top of his helmet has this like flat brim, like a shade or something like that, right? I felt like that plus Darth's lightsaber is a nice cross of a T. So I flared that out. I thought that was pretty clever, you know. And it's hard to make anything round in the shape of a T. That's a tough one. So I felt like that was a pretty clever approach. So that's the T, and then Darth's mouth is the O, you know, as you can see. I kept it a bit graffiti by doing like all the shading, the gradation with the little bits and like double step hashes to like you're doing on a piece, on a 3D of a piece. So, all right, so my middle T right there, that's Boba Fett. He's my favorite, my all-time favorite. I am sure a lot of people's favorite too. So Bubba's mask makes a giant T. Of course, it's iconic. You can remember it just by thinking about it. And I thought that was just so hard, you know. Let me just go on ahead and make the middle T. But his helmet, the top, I did it like a Kangol, like a B-boy Kangol. So I really wanted to keep it, you know, hip hop. So I was like, yo, let me go ahead and do his hat like a Kangol. That's why it looks like that. It has that like high to low slant like that. I thought that was pretty fresh. I thought it was fresh. Again, with that double step shading technique I did on there, stuff like that. Here's where I started to, oh yeah, his little antenna, I did like a halo, like straight graffiti halo at the top. You know what I'm saying? Like keep it really raw like that, you know? So, okay, so now we're at the Emperor's, the Emperor, right? So, you know, I really like to keep those little like, you know, wink, you know, kind of things like that. So Emperor, and he's got his hand over there, and he's the electricity, his force electricity is what's going all around the piece in that the light teals. And of course I had to put the stars because Star Wars, whatever, right? Just kind of glittering around the whole thing. At this part, this is where I put the battle damage on Bubba's helmet. You know, it looked cool, clean and everything like that, but nothing better than having that battle-worn dents and scratches on his helmet. That just gives it a lot of life. There you go, see? Oh, yeah. I used to make these as t-shirts. You think I should bring those back? I used to make them and prints. It was a long time ago. If you didn't get one, I feel bad for you. But those are the ones who did get them. Good job. All right, so that was the Sith piece, and that was a really fun piece back then. And for May the 4th, you know, I still want, you know, the magic to be there for the Star Wars franchise. There's a lot of difficulty with ownership being with Disney and all that kind of stuff. I'm slightly aware of what's been going on and all that kind of stuff like that. So please don't go crazy on me, because I don't know the ins and outs really about why things are the way they are. I haven't watched any of the TV shows with Boba Fett's story or The Mandalorian. I haven't watched that because I don't own a TV. But I will say this. you know, on a surface level, from what I've heard from my friends, I've heard good things about The Mandalorian, bad things about the Boba Fett TV show, some good things about some other stuff, some bad things about the Obi-Wan show and all that kind of stuff. I'm not aware of those things. But, you know, for me, I feel like I'm still somewhat of a holdout to the older guy, the older generation, where at the end of the day, I think even though the new magic is not that great, there is something to be said, and there is a good reason to kind of like keep the faith of the old stuff and enjoy what made you feel good when you were young. And to me, that's what this piece is all about. You know, I'm not the guy that's running around telling everybody Happy May the 4th or whatever. But you know what? The more time I spend with my kids, and the more time I talk to a lot of people out there that still have that childlike innocence still in them, and then still bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, it helps me keep that feeling, even though, you know, time moves forward quickly. You know, I wonder about revisiting this subject again, as far as doing another one of these theme joints, except this time maybe with a couple other characters that I didn't do last time. You know, maybe I should do a good guy version. I mean, what do you guys think? Honestly, like, for real, like, what do you think? You know, should I try? But maybe one with more, not just the helmets. That's the one of my approaches where I do like mostly the heads. But what about if I used my body style and did the whole? Oh, I did do that before, didn't I? I did a letter style with all stormtroopers and stuff like that, and I painted it out in Italy, in Napoli. Those type of things, man. You know, I think about constantly, because I'm like, I get these little spurs of inspiration, and you know, if you guys got an idea for me, I wouldn't mind trying something, man. Hey, what do you think, man? Send me a kite, man. Send me something you know. Give me an idea. What do you think? Should I try one, or maybe even like maybe a different type of Star Wars approach? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. But on the real though, may the 4th be with you, as they say, right? You know, I ain't got my nerd card stamped yet fully, but on the real, man, y'all have a good day. You understand what I mean? Mr. Totem, seeing y'all again. You know, y'all take care, okay? Peace.